everyone, it's Rita with Everything Homemade, and I am excited today because we are going to be doing some sourdough baking. On this channel, you'll see gluten and gluten-free baking. I love to show both sides of it in my two-step, very simple technique that just will revolutionize the way that you bake sourdough. I like keeping things simple, so anybody at any level can do it. And you know what? Your results are absolutely amazing. Before we dive into today's recipe, I really want to just make you aware I do have a gluten and gluten-free sourdough masterclass on my website. All you have to do is head to the main page, click enroll, and follow the links to enrollment. Man, this enrollment is for life, and I have over 200 videos on this topic showing you tons of recipes, and you get to learn gluten and gluten-free. So therefore, if you've got friends over that are gluten-free, you can go that way with sourdough. Or if your family is split and you want to do gluten and gluten-free, you can do it. So this is such an awesome way to really learn how to do sourdough my easy way. So head to the website for that. Also, I am a cookbook author. I do have a cookbook called Everything Whole Wheat Sourdough. You can order that as an ebook or paperback. I also wrote Everything Stevia. This is such an in-depth book about stevia. You learn how to grow it, harvest it, dry it, make your own stevia extract, and then 150 more recipes in there just using that stevia extract that I showed you how to make. So if you are interested in Everything Stevia, the cookbook as a paperback or ebook, everything, you guys, is on the website. So check it out at everything-homemade.com. Okay, I am so pumped right now. I just can't wait to get my hands into the dough. Let's get into today's recipe. Let's have pizza tonight. So we are going to be making gluten-free pizza crust. Let's do it. So for this pizza dough, we need to add in 1 tablespoon of active oat starter. So let's give our oat starter a good mix. And there's a tablespoon. And now let's feed it back. 1 tablespoon and a tablespoon of flour. There we go. Okay, oat starter fed. So to this we want to add in 1 cup of water. Then we want to add in 1/4 of a cup of ground flax. So this would also be 2 tablespoons of flax seed ground into flour for a total of 1/4 cup of flax. Now it's really important that you mix this in and just wait 2 minutes before you add in the rest of your ingredients. And that will help that will activate the flax to gel up this liquid just a little bit. Now 2 minutes has gone by. We need to add in 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. You can also add in butter or olive oil as well. 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of oregano, and 1 teaspoon of basil. Give that a mix. Now we need to add in our flours. So the first flour we're going to add in is 1/2 cup of oat flour. Really mix it in well. And then we're going to add in 1 cup to start with of buckwheat flour. Now I'm going to add in another 1/2 cup. It's going to start coming together now. Okay, and now we're going to add in the last 1/2 cup. I'm going to mix it as much as I can, and then I'll have to switch off to my hands right now. And it'll make a really nice, soft, lovely dough. So now you're just going to take this lovely dough and you're going to cover your bowl with a lid, plate, or plastic wrap, and you're going to let it sit on your counter out of direct sunlight for 24 hours. So 24 hours later and our pizza dough is ready to go. You notice that gluten-free dough does not rise like the gluten dough, but the sourdough smell is incredible. Like when I remove this, oh, it is so nice. And it did rise a little bit, but this is totally different flour and acts totally different, but the results are still absolutely amazing. So I'm just gonna set this aside for a moment and go through some of the ingredients that I have here. So I have some tomato paste here. This is homemade tomato paste. I'll place videos after the pizza making on how to make this. And I do have some cut up homemade sausage. If you're curious on how we make our homemade deer sausage, I will have videos as well underneath the pizza video here. And I have some already fried up deer hamburger as well. I also have some cheese here. I have 500 grams of cheese grated. This is our cheese, and I will link video to how I make this. So I have all of this set aside here all ready to go. And preheat your oven to 350 Fahrenheit to get that ready. I also have a bit of oat flour here because we're going to use that to oil and flour our cookie sheet. So I'm going to do that right now. So when you're done, it'll look like that. So my pan is ready. So let's set that aside. Okay, now we are ready to work with the dough. So let's just take it out. And this is just such a beautiful dough to work with. You don't need to flour your surface. Just let's start rolling it to fit the cookie sheet. So I have rolled it out here, and you can see that it is definitely a bit small, but that's okay because I'm going to stretch it with my hands the rest of the way. So I like to have it a little bit smaller so it's just easier to pick up and transfer over. So what I'm going to do is just take my dough here, kind of loosen it up. There we go. And now I'm just going to drape it over my wrist and a little bit of my arm, like that, and then just transfer it over. And now I'm going to do the rest with my hands. Now this is going to be a thin crust pizza, so if you like a thicker crust, then double this recipe so you can have more dough. But our family really likes thin crust pizzas, so I'm making this how our family really likes it. We don't like a very heavy crust. So there you go. Pizza crust is ready to get its toppings on. So the first thing that my family loves is lots of tomato paste. We love our tomato paste, especially since this is from powder. Oh yeah. I'm making a meat lover's pizza, so you just add whatever toppings you really like. If you don't like as much as tomato paste as I do, then don't put as much. Put whatever vegetables you have. Our pizzas always change. We're in the middle of winter, and we really eat off the land, so we don't have as much fresh vegetables put on this pizza. So we go meat lovers pizza in the winter, and definitely have a little bit of more fresh produce in the summer. But you can put on whatever you want to put on. Okay, this is looking really good. So sauce is on. There we go. And now I always like to sprinkle a little bit of cheese after that on it. There you go, just a little bit. Now we're going to add up some fried ground deer. Now again, you can use whatever kind of meat you would like to use. Okay, so that's on. Now the sausage. So this is parsley onion sausage that we make. Oh, it is so good. Okay, last ingredient, cheese. So take a look at this. Now we need to put it in the oven for 30 minutes. Pizza is done. Take a look at that. So I'm going to give it about 5 minutes to cool down, and then I'll cut it up and take out a slice. A couple minutes has passed, so I'm just going to cut up the pizza. Take a look at that. The crust holds really well. Look at that. Look at it on this angle. There we go. So now, enjoy the pizza.